All right, guys. So, what's up? You must have got the sheet. I suppose that you have started to attempt the sheet at least. So, let me just open the window on my other screen so that I can read all your comments. And if you have taken the KVPY exam today, so I hope it went well. All right. So, now coming to the main stuff that we have right now. So what we guys are doing is we will be revising circles using 5 questions only because we have limited time. So we will do we'll keep repeating this, right? So that is the strategy. You have 5 questions. Let's start with the first question, and then maybe we can take this particularly forward. So I'll start the screen share of my particular computer. All right. So now I guess everybody can see the question on my screen. All right. Okay. Let me just shut out my pen. So anybody with the answer for this? Anybody with the answer? So people who were not able to solve the questions in the time frame which we had given, do not worry. We will be going a bit slow so that you can take time. So people, please stop solving the questions which are given. Let's stick to the first question. I'll give 3 minutes for the second question for you to solve. Okay, don't worry about this. Okay, so the answers for the first particular problem. People are saying nothing is audible. Am I audible? Can everybody? No voice. Everybody is saying no voice. Okay. Let me just check once again. Is the voice of no audio this time? Okay. Pretty bad. Mm. Everything is. Can you now guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Am I audible? Audible. People are saying audible. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's again try and go back to the screen. I don't know what is the problem. Okay. Am I audible, guys? Okay. Clear. Let's see now. So we are back to the question. So the right answers that we are looking for this particular question are B and D. Perfect. So I guess one of you have actually solved this question correctly. Absolutely bang on. So a straight line through the vertex P of triangle PQR intersects the side QR. So if I have to draw the diagram, okay, let's see how we can draw the diagram for this. Okay, so in fact, this is one of those questions which actually ask very basic properties of circle. It does not even require you to study circle in full depth. Okay. Uh, all right. So this is P, this is Q, let's say this is R. Now what is given that a straight line to the vertex P intersects the side QR at S. Okay. And the circumcircle of the triangle at point T. So this is what is given to you. And S is not the center of the circumcircle. This is also given. Now you have to, now we'll talk about this, sir. ये दिया क्यों है? बहुत बार confusion होता था सर कि ये दिया ही क्यों है? क्या फायदा है इसका? We'll talk about this. Okay. Now let's see what we can interpret out of this. So सबसे पहले इसमें जो property you have guys have to use is PS into ST is equal to QS into SR. Very basic property. You guys must have done this property in class 10th. एक क्लास 10th की प्रॉपर्टी है जो आपको यूज करनी है यहां पर. एंड रिमेंबर दिस इज वैलिड फॉर एनी पॉइंट एस, whether this point S is outside or inside. So let me just again draw a diagram. Let's say if there are two chords and they actually intersect outside the, so let's say this is the scenario where I say PA and this is B, this is C and D, then also it is valid that PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. This is a very basic property which we actually do not remember in class 11th and 12th. Okay, but if we now know this, now let's see what we can target. Why I have thought of this is, in all the options I am getting PS and ST, that is these two branches, PS and ST. Okay, so that is why I can think of that somewhere down the line it might be used. Okay, it is Q, not 2. Okay, so how we are going to attempt this? Another thing that we can see very clearly from here is what is given is 1 by PS plus 1 by ST, right? Okay. Uh, Now the next big thing that we are going to use is AM greater than or equal to GM. We know this fact. Whenever you have two quantities and a inequality sign, I repeat, whenever you have two quantities, two or more quantities added, and you have an inequality sign, you should immediately think of this particular expression, AM greater than or equal to GM. Okay, this is what you guys have to think of. Okay, so if we do this, so let's say this is the one identity and the other identity. So what I can do is divide it by 2 will be greater than or equal to 1 upon product of these two. Clear? Absolutely. So if we just solve this, 1 by PS plus 1 by ST will be greater than or equal to 2 by under root PS into ST. Here yoga? Absolutely. And we know that PS into ST is nothing but what? It is QS into SR. So one of the options immediately comes up. B is correct. B is correct. So people who cannot hear me, just refresh your windows. So if you refresh your windows, you will get the voice back. Okay, so because this is problem at your end, not at our end. Got it? Now we also need to figure out the next particular property, that is QS and SR has been converted to what? QR only. Okay, so how we are going to solve this particular step now? Let's say QS and SR, they are A and B. Okay, so we know that A plus B will give you QR. Agreed or not? Can you give me what is this? Okay, and here what is the value? This is A into B, that is AB. So if A plus B, this is, let's say, a constant C. This is because constant, okay, because QR is fixed. So if A plus B is, let's say, equal to K, then what is the minimum value of AB? AB min. Because why we are finding minimum? Can you tell me why we are finding minimum? We are finding minimum because if you put the minimum value here, it is in the denominator. You will get the maximum value. So if it is greater than the maximum value, so if LHS is greater than the maximum value of RHS, then this inequality will always be true. Okay, because it is greater than the maximum. So whatever are the values of A and B, it will be true for every value. So that is the reason, since it is in the denominator, we are trying to find minimum value. So if A plus B is equal to K, then the product AB will be minimum when A is equal to B is equal to K by 2. This is the concept of AOD, which I guess you should have remembered by now. Okay, so the minimum value will be obtained when at the midpoint, that is K by 2, K by 2. And what we can say K by 2 is? K by 2 is nothing. That means A is equal to B is equal to QR by 2. So what is the value of AB? QR square by 4. Approved. So that means the LHS here becomes nothing but 2 by under root. I hope now you have got the answer. This is nothing but greater than 4 by QR, which also gives you the answer D. That is why option D is also correct in this particular question. So if you notice, there was no fundamental concept of class 11th used here except for am greater than gm, and that is why this is a very good question to be asked at advanced. So if we talk about the advanced level, right, people do talk about advanced. Generally these kind of questions are very active nowadays. Why? Because here IIT can play safe. They have given you the definition that circle will be asked for this particular topics, but the difficulty is not given. This is definitely a very good question, a very difficult question, but this could even be asked with a 10th grade student who just knows AM greater than GM, right? If he knows AM greater than GM, that means he can easily solve this. Got it? I hope this question is now clear to everyone who is in the session today. Um, any doubts? Any doubts till this? Otherwise, we'll move to the next particular problem. Okay, till the time you can reply back to me, let me take the next one. So people who have attempted this can move and start attempting this second problem here. So the second problem says the centers of two circles C1 and C2, each of unit radius, are at a distance of 6 units from each other. Okay, there are two circles. They are given that their distance is 6 units. So let's say this is one of them and this is the other of them. Both of them are given to be unit radius. Okay, so this is another information that is with us. Let P be the midpoint. Okay, so P is the midpoint. Here it is somewhere. Line segment joining the centers of C1 and C2, and C be a circle touching C1 and C2 externally. So this touches the circle C1 and C2 externally. If a common tangent to C1 and C, okay, passing through the P point is also common tangent to C2 and C1. So I'm just drawing the diagram in front of you. Maybe you can you guys can start solving at your end. If you haven't solved this, you guys can start solving. 2 minutes for you. Abel Dixon, sir, is AM greater than GM true when it's ellipse? So AM greater than GM has nothing to do with circle or ellipse. It is always true, right? So it has nothing to do with it. Saptarshi, if I say, please be on the session agenda. Do not ask irrelevant questions. There is already which book you want to follow. If you want to do that, there I have already mentioned in my videos about that. Okay. Let me just chalk out a good diagram so that I can explain things better to you. Okay, this looks like a better diagram. Anybody with the answer for this? So Adarsh, if you talk about equality, I just actually skipped that point. People can continue to solve this particular problem. S is not the center of the circumcircle. So if S was the center, then QS will have been equal to SR. Then the equality sign would have been there, right? So actually equality has been removed because it was given that S is not equal to the circumcenter of the particular question. Okay, all right, coming back to the question. Okay, Himanshu Shekhar says answer sir is the answer 8. Okay, let the other people also give it a try. I am giving you another minute to solve this particular question here. Anybody with the answer? Okay, so Sandeep says 10. Uh, okay. All right, let's start solving then, guys. The correct answer is actually 8. So I guess Himanshu Shekhar has done it correct because I guess, yes. So he actually said the answer is 8. R is equal to 8. Okay. All right, guys. So let's see how we are going to solve this particular question. Um, what is the value of C1P? What is the value of C1P? C1P और ये हम इस वाले पॉइंट को हम C2 ले रहे हैं, ठीक है, सेंटर जो है C1P is equal to C2P. Sorry, I guess if the diagram becomes very small to you. Okay, and what is this particular value? It is given to be 3 because P is the midpoint, right? They are 6 centimeters apart or whatever it is. Okay, so now if we see, let's take triangle AC1P. If I take a triangle AC1P, we know that this is 90 degree, right? Okay, agreed upon. Can you tell me the value of AP here? What is the value of AP? What is the value of AP here in the question? That's a very easy question actually that I'm asking. So here in this particular thing, you know that AC1 is equal to 1 because it is of unit radius, and you know C1P is equal to 3. You know this one, right? So if I say angle C1P is nothing but alpha, so what is the value of sine alpha? Sine alpha is AC1 by PC1, which is nothing but 1 by 3. Okay, absolutely, absolutely. So use cos alpha. Cos alpha will become what? 2 by 3. Okay, by using the same calculation. So if you use this, what will be the value of AP? AP, what will be? 2 root 2. 2 root 2. AP will be 2 root 2. Got it? AP will become 2 root 2, not root 2. It will be 2 root 2. Okay. Now, what will be the value of PB? Tell me what will be the value of PB here. What will be the value of PB? PB is this particular, this one, this line. This line. This is the value of PB. PB, Himanshu says PB will be 3. Why PB will be 3? So if I talk about triangle, let's say A C1P and triangle B C2P, can you say they are congruent? Can you say they are congruent? Two sides and an angle are equal. Vertically opposite angle is here. right? Vertically opposite angle, two sides are equal. AC1 is equal to BC2 because they are unit radius, and PC1 is equal to PC2. It is given to us. So that means PB is nothing but PB is equal to PA is equal to 2 root 2. We know this fact. Got it? Now you need to find the radius of this circle. So what is the target? Target is to find this BC or CB, let's say. We want to find this CB here. This is the target. Okay. So now obviously if I see this particular triangle here, this one. So this is the targeted triangle that we have to find, right? And this is 90-degree here, right? C, P, B. This is in the action now. Okay. Agreed again? Can you think of how you are going to find CB from here when you already have a value PB? Okay, that is where the trick of this particular question is. What we will do, so we have taken this angle as alpha. Remember, this angle is alpha, which is this particular angle. Okay, so I'm redrawing the diagram so that it becomes clear because it is of very important significance. This is alpha, and now somewhere here you have this particular thing also happening. Okay, see, now this is the diagram that we are actually focusing our energy on. What will be the angle PCB? Can you tell me? What is angle PCB? What is angle PCB? This particular angle. In terms of, let's say, alpha. In terms of alpha, what is this angle? Surprisingly, this angle is also alpha. Now think of why this is alpha. This angle is also alpha if this is alpha. Why? Why is it so? Why? Let's see now. This is 90-degree. This is 90-degree, right? And this is also 90-degree. Since the outer circle, this particular circle is touching external touch, right? External touch. So the center, if you draw the line and join their common, this will be perpendicular, right? This is the property. Okay. So if it lies on the perpendicular, so the external touch circle will lie on the perpendicular of the line joining their centers. So if this two is there, so let's say this is PB and this was PC2. So PC2 and PB makes angle alpha. Okay. P, what is, now let's talk about the lines perpendicular to PC2. What is perpendicular to PC2? Is PC. And what is perpendicular to PB? CB. So the angle between the lines is equal to angle between the perpendicular. So this will also be alpha. You must have used this in a lot of questions in physics. This concept is used extensively in Newton laws of motion. You are forgetting this, right? ये वेज डायग्राम होता था, अल्फा लेते थे, तो ब्लॉक यहाँ होता था, तो ब्लॉक का ये जो आता था नीचे, यहाँ पर भी आप क्या करते थे, ये एंगल क्यों अल्फा ले लेते थे? सेम कॉन्सेप्ट यार, सेम कॉन्सेप्ट. जो नॉर्मल के साथ आप रिएक्शन लगाते थे या जिसके साथ भी लेते थे. So this concept has been used because it says angle between two lines is equal to angle between their perpendiculars. So this is alpha. Now I guess you know the question is over. Right? So people are saying the figure is not clear. Okay. Let me see how I can help in this one. Okay, zoom. So if you can want to see the picture here, this is the picture that is happening. Okay. Now I think I have made the picture a bit bold so that you guys can see. So if this is alpha, nothing need to be solved because you know the value of tan alpha. You know what is tan alpha, right? You know the value of tan alpha. What is the value of tan alpha from here? Just put the values. Tan alpha is 1 by 2 root 2. What is tan alpha here? What is the required stuff? You know the value PB. Okay. I hope I have made this clear. The question is clear. Anubhav Bose, I would request not to move away from the topic. We can talk about KVPY separately. It's the time that we should concentrate on the class. Otherwise, Anubhav, we are really sorry to say, but we will be banned by the moderators. It is just to maintain the decorum of the class. Okay, so don't feel hurt by this, but it is just to maintain the decorum of the class. Neeraj is saying, sir, will the line C2, CC2 surely intersect the common tangent? So it is not required actually, right? Neeraj, we do not even require that point to come into consideration. We do not even require that. Okay, so now coming to end of this question, you know this value PB, we just calculated the value PB. Okay, I'm going back to my particular view, zooming out. Okay, yep, right. Okay, so we can say that tan alpha is nothing but what will be the value of tan alpha? PB by CB. Here you get your answer of CB. Okay. So I'm leaving this for your calculation. R basically CB will nothing be equal to 8. Okay, guys. Just go back to the question if you are still not sure of after the session is covered. You can just go back to the question and see that how we can solve this. Okay. All right. Next problem. So we have the next problem here. Okay. Okay, Neeraj, so you can send your solutions to me. That will be good. Okay, just message, email me or okay. So C1 and C2 are circles of unit radius with center 0 and 1 comma 0 respectively. C3 is a circle of unit radius and passes through the centers of circles C1 and C2 and has its center above x-axis. Find the equation of common tangent to C1 and C3 which it does not pass through C2. 2 minutes time to you guys to solve this, or let's say 3 minutes. Solve it. I'm giving the time for you guys to solve this particular question. Are you guys able to do this one, or you're finding it difficult to solve? Just don't give it up. That's what I'm trying to say. Every question is solvable. Just think of it that way, that every question is solvable. Everything. If you start believing it this way, then only you will be able to solve question in the exam. Just don't get intimidated by the question that you are not able to solve, please. That's not a good strategy of preparation. Okay. Sandeep says tangent may pass through y-axis. Okay. So tangent may pass through y-axis. Yes. So what's the problem? Give me the equation, Sanjeev. If you can give me the equation, that will help me out in telling you whether the answer that we are chalking out is correct or wrong. 2 minutes more, no problem. In fact, I would love that you people give me the answer for this rather than I always giving you the answer. The session is not, the purpose of the session is not to make this one-way communication. I want you guys to participate as much as possible. All right. So I've already drawn the diagram at some other window. Let's see if I can copy. Oh, great. Works well. Just a second, guys. Okay. So here's the diagram for you guys. Okay, we get an answer from Himanshu. Sir, my answer is coming out to be y is equal to square root 3x plus 2. Okay, very close, Himanshu. In fact, you just missed on the other side. So the answer to this problem, if you are asking for the answer, is x plus y root 3, x plus y root 3 plus 2 equal to 0. This is the answer. Your root is coming on the other side. Okay. No, I my bad. So Himanshu, your answer is correct. Sorry, I'm really sorry. So answer is correct. Himanshu Shekhar, your answer is absolutely correct, buddy. So the answer that this question is y is equal to x root 3 plus 2. My bad. Okay, Rudransh. Perfect, Rudransh. If this was the answer, perfect. Okay, now C1 and C2, let's just quickly solve this for the people who were not able to solve this one. C1 and C2 are the circles of unit with, so this is C1 here and this is C2 for you. There is 1, this is 0. Okay, and C3 is again a unit circle of radius 1, which passes through the center of C1 and C2. So this is what is meant by the diagram. People who were asking for the diagram, and has its center above x-axis. So it is that means the diagram is this way. The red circle C3 is not below the x-axis, it is above the x-axis. That is what is meant. Find the equation of common tangent to C1 and C3 which does not pass through C2. So the spelling of thorough is thorough nahi, wo through hona chahiye tha, through C2. Okay, so this is basically what is asked. Okay. Abel, that is why we are saying that the tangent does not pass through this. So don't worry too much about it. Okay. Right. So let's see how we are going to attempt this question now. So how you can find equation of circle? So here what we are going to learn is actually family of circles. Maybe you would have solved it by using some other way, but I would love you to understand how family of circles work. Okay, so family of circles, if you see, so C3 is a family of circle which passes through 0 and 1 comma 0, origin and 1 comma 0. So you can write the equation of all the circles passing through 2 points which are given by something like this, plus lambda times the equation of the line formed using these 2 points, 0 0 1 1 0 0, sorry, 1 0 1, my bad. This is the equation we say family of lines. So I hope you people have done this. So this is equation or the family of lines passing through family of family of circles passing through 2 fixed points. Absolutely, Rudransh, absolutely. Okay. So quickly solve this out. So we solve this, what we'll get x square plus y square minus x plus. So I have solved it at my end. I hope I have done it correctly. This, yeah, this comes out to be this. Okay. So for some lambda, it represents C3. So for C3, what is another thing that is given to you? C3 is a circle of unit radius, right? If this is of unit radius, so you know that the radius is, we have to equate radius equal to 1. What is the value of the radius here? You can easily find out, yeah? True. So what is the radius? What is the value of radius? Quickly tell me. So the formula is nothing but r is equal to under root g square plus f square minus c. There is no c as such. So what is the value of r? If you notice this, r is 1. We know that. So if you take the under root, what will be the value? So g is 1 by 2. So this is becomes 1 by 4. And this is also becoming lambda square by 4. Got it? And if you solve this, this gives you the value of lambda as plus minus root 3 by 2. Sorry, only 2 because lambda by 2 is also here. So this gives you the value of lambda is equal to plus minus root 3. So now you have the answer of lambda in 2 cases. Now it was given that the center is above x-axis. So which value of lambda you should take? Which value of lambda will you guys take since this C3 has to be above? So you need the coordinates of the center to be positive in terms of y. So positive, so that means you have to take a negative sign here. So this is basically the equation of circle C3. Agreed, everyone? Now you need to find this particular line, that is the purple in line. So this purplish line, so this is the tangent. This is the tangent whose equation we guys have to find. So how we are going to do this now? Another important concept, which I again would say that you guys can remember. So important concept is to remember, which I can denote by this. C1 and C3 are of unit radius. So by unit radius, I mean they are of same radius. Okay. So when they are given to be of same radius, tangent will be parallel to line joining their center. Just think of this. Tangent will be parallel to line joining their centers. So if you notice, you have actually solved a lot of it. So we do not even need to solve extensive question for this particular answer. Why? It will be parallel to line joining the center. So one of the points of the center, let's say C1 circle is having center at 0, 0. C3 is having center at, what is the center? Can you guys give me? It is 1 by 2, comma, root 3 by 2. Here is the equation of circle. So you know the slope here, right? What is the slope? We know the slope is root 3. Right? We know the value is of the slope is root 3. You just need to find another parameter. So can I say equation of tangent will be nothing but x root 3 minus y plus k equal to 0? Can we say that this will be the answer? Yes, Nitin, please do not use absurd language. We have put a, very strong information on this that YouTube can immediately detect this and can disbar you. The next time you write, you will be disbarred. So I will not be able to revoke that particular case. So please don't write absurd things. So you just need to find values of k here. So how do you solve this? So for k, you know that it is unit radius. And for unit radius, you do not even need to solve this for C3. You can solve it for C1. Why C1? Because you have to just say that distance of this line from 0, 0 is 1. That's it. This gives you the value of k. This gives you the value of k. So I hope people have actually solved this particular question using this particular methodology. I'm just hoping that you guys have done this. So if you solve this, the k will come out to be plus minus 2 as usual. So you will get k is equal to plus minus 2 here. If you just solve for this, that distance of this line from origin is nothing but 1. So, okay. Neeraj, for which answer you are giving? I didn't get this. The next one? Let me just come to the next one then. Okay. So which answer will you take for again k plus or minus? Which value you will take? Which value of k you will take? Obviously, we'll take the plus 2. So k is equal to 2 is the answer. Okay. So you can just go back to this question after we end the class to revise what we have done. So the important concept in this particular question, if we just go and summarize, so this tip will help you solve questions quickly, that if C1 and C3 are of the same radii, right? So tangent common tangent will be the line parallel to the line joining their centers. Okay. Next question, guys. Next question. Again, 2 minutes more for people who are still solving this particular problem. 2 minutes more to the people who are still solving this particular problem. And Neeraj has already given us the answer for this. Let's check if for this particular question, again, the target would not be to find the answer. The answer here is that we will try and understand the concept rather than the answer. But yes, so people who have actually solved or are solving, they can match their answer to this. So x square plus y square minus 16x minus 18y minus 4 equal to 0. So you can need to check your answers if this is correct or not. Neeraj, is your answer correct? Yes, it is lengthy. So Sandeep is saying, sir, ये lengthy है. Absolutely. So it is lengthy. No issues. Perfect, Neeraj. Your answer is perfect, man. So excellent. Excellent. So I do not know how you guys are solving this, but let's see. You have to find the equation. So you can just stop and start listening to what I'm going to say, because again, this is basically a concept which you people have to remember, right? Okay. It says you have to find the equation of the circle which cuts orthogonally. So this is basically a circle which you need to find. A circle cutting orthogonally. Orthogonally, how many circles? 3 circles. ठीक है, यही चीज है. तो ये सॉल्व कैसे होता है? जो ये दिस पर्टिकुलर सर्कल will have its center. The center of this particular circle will be equal to radical center of these three. So in तीनों circles का जो radical center होगा, that will be the center of these three. Okay, center of the circle that you need to find will be the radical center of this, and radius will be nothing but equal to length of tangent to any circle from this point, from radical center. So basically this is a property involving radical center and radical axis if you have studied. So go back if you have not just done this particular property and study what is radical center all about. Okay, so this is the target of this particular question. This is what we wanted to achieve. Neeraj, you completely have used the right thing when you say that, sir, we can use the orthogonality condition to G1, G2 plus F1, F2 is equal to C1 plus C2. That is completely acceptable. But this will make question less lengthy. So people were saying, sir, this question is lengthy. If you use radical center method, then this is very simple. So if you wanted to solve for radical center, सो रेडिकल सेंटर का क्या मतलब है कि मान लो ये एक सर्कल है, ये एक सर्कल है और ये एक सर्कल है, तो इसका इन दोनों का रेडिकल एक्सिस ये हुआ, ले लेते हैं इन दोनों का रेडिकल एक्सिस ये हुआ इन दोनों का, और इसका रेडिकल सेंटर रेडिकल एक्सिस. तो 3 रेडिकल एक्सिस जहां मीट करते हैं, दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट इज रेडिकल सेंटर. Okay, how did you find this? So you will find this by using, so this is radical x's, RA1, RA2. So RA1 and RA2, find their intersection. So how do you find radical x's? Very simple stuff. Let's quickly revise this so people who have actually forgotten. S1 minus S2 equal to 0. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Sandeep, that you can also do. That is also possible. This is completely true. So Sandeep, you have given the formula when this is possible, when the circles are orthogonal. Completely valid. Completely valid. This is how we find uh, radius when the circles are given to be orthogonal. So radical x's will be found by using subtracting these two. If you subtract these two, you will get one radical axis. If you subtract these two, you will get the other radical axis. So I'm just reiterating the process because we need to wind up. So RA1 you can find RA2, find their intersection, right? You can there find their intersection. Let's say you got a point P, which is A comma B. From P, A comma B, find the power. So power is nothing but length of tangent. You can say length of tangent. Find value of power. Find the length of tangent from P to any. So length of tangent is nothing but under root S1. You can just find that that will be equal to radius. So if you notice, this was not lengthy. It was not lengthy at all. Okay. I've written the answer for it. You guys can just quickly go and match. Okay. All right, guys. Let's move to the last problem of the day. Okay, so again, though, I believe that this is something which you people should be able to do. A very generic problem. बहुत सारे बच्चों ने करा भी होता है, तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इसको भी हम सिर्फ एक कॉन्सेप्ट समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से करते हैं. Find the equation of the circle circumscribing the quadrilateral formed by the line in the order as given. So these are the 4 lines of the quadrilateral. So that means this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Absolutely, Neeraj. So this was the point, that you should understand that this particular concept in the previous question is better than the orthogonal condition that we have talked about. That is why this question was taken. Two minutes, think on how you are going to solve. Then we'll wind up the session. This is something I would say an easy problem for you guys. I'm still waiting for your answers. Okay, Neeraj has given the answer. Brilliant, Neeraj. So that means you are really very active on this. Okay. 3x square plus 3y square minus 7x plus 2y equal to 0. Okay. No, Neeraj. So there is, I guess, some problem here. The answer, if you want to match for this particular problem, I'm just hoping that I've written the equations correctly. So x square plus y square minus 16 by 9 x plus 1 by 3y. This is the answer for this. How you are going to solve this? I do not know why the people who are not supposed to come to this channel and come here and then write absurd things. दुनिया में बहुत वेले हैं भाई. ओके, चलिए, तो इसमें हम फिर से कॉन्सेप्ट सॉल्व करते हैं. Yes, absolutely, Rudransh is bang on. This is the thing that we wanted to discuss. And that is why I said that I was expecting that you will be knowing this concept. How cyclic quadrilaterals are actually solved, and how do you find the equation of circle when a quadrilateral is given. So let's say this is L1, L2, L3, L4, right? These are the four equations given in a particular order. Then the equation of circumcircle, then the equation of circle circumscribing this quadrilateral can be given as L1 into L3. You can say the opposite sides plus lambda times L2, L4 equal to 0. Okay. Here you have to notice that coefficient of, obviously, x square should be equal to coefficient of y square, and the next condition that you have to make it sure is coefficient of xy should be equal to 0, otherwise this will not be equation of circle, right? Similarly, you can find the equation of circumcircle as well. Let's just do it. What do you mean by circumcircle? That if a triangle is given and somebody asks you, sir ji, find out circumcircle, without finding even the equation of or the vertices. So here L1 L2 plus lambda times L2 L3 plus mu times L3 L1 equal to 0. These two conditions again apply the same. Clear? Got it? Absolutely, Rudransh. You are bang on. Okay. So this is what you were supposed to do in this question. So this is L1, this is L2, this is L3, because this is given that they are in order. So let's just quickly solve this. So this becomes 5x plus 3y minus 9 into 2x minus y plus this lambda here. Lambda times x minus 3y into x plus 4y minus 2. So your target is nothing but just to find the value of lambda in this question. Yes, absolutely, Sandeep. You can find 4 points and substitute in the option, but that is way lengthy process. It's a very lengthy process. We want to skip that process. That is the reason we are solving this. So you want coefficient of x square to be equal to coefficient of y square. Just equate. See how, just enjoy the beauty of how quickly you can solve. Coefficient of x square is 10, and here it is lambda. So 10 plus lambda. Y square coefficient here minus 3. Okay, and from here it will be minus 12 y. That's it. If you notice, immediately you get your answer for lambda. Lambda is nothing but minus 1. But please do not just go about saying that lambda is equal to minus 1. Check the second condition also, that for this particular value of lambda, coefficient of xy should be 0. Right? If it is not, then you are in a problem. So if we talk about this particular term here, so what is the xy coefficient in this particular term? X into y is minus 5 and 6. So this is 1 here. What is the coefficient of x here? Xy lambda into x into y 4. 4 into 3. So this is 1. This should be 0. This is 0 only when 1 plus lambda. So coefficient of xy, if I just write it for you guys, coefficient of xy is nothing but 1 plus lambda. This becomes 0 at lambda is equal to minus 1. Okay. So just put lambda is equal to minus 1 in this particular equation here. This gives you answer of the circle. No need to find 4 points. That's the beauty of this particular question. All right. So I hope all the 5 questions are pretty clear to you. How we have solved them, what was the purpose, why were they taken. So So I would not say that we have done one of the most difficult problems in circle. There are still a long way to go. The circle could be asked in great depth, but we have tried to solve questions where you could have done make it a bit lengthy. आप उसको कैलकुलेटिव ज्यादा बना देते, हमने थोड़ा उसको छोटा करने की कोशिश करी यूजिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट व्हिच वी बिलीव दैट एडवांस के लेवल पे आपको आने चाहिए. ठीक है, मेंस के लेवल पे आपको नहीं, पर एडवांस के लेवल पे आपको ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स, you should actually know all these concepts if you're preparing for advanced level. All right, guys. So keep working hard as usual, and we'll come back with the next session on the next Sunday. कोशिश करेंगे इस बार ज्यादा क्वेश्चन कवर करें, और पॉसिबल हुआ तो कुछ टाइम फ्रेम बढ़ा देंगे कि 1 घंटा पहले जो है क्वेश्चंस आ जाएं. इस बार पक्का वी विल ट्राई दैट we are able to upload the questions 1 hour earlier. That's what we will definitely try. All right, and as usual, I hope that the session was productive. You were able to learn something new today in this particular session here. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So perfect. So I'll see you on the next Sunday for the advanced level class. Till then, keep studying, keep working hard, and yes, do keep checking your MathonGo mobile app. We generally upload a course every day. टाइम लगता है हमें कोर्स अपलोड करने में, तो बड़ा धीरे रेट से हो रहा है, बट you will find after a span of time, let's say in another week's time, that every YouTube video is in your MathonGo app. So you can utilize even while you are traveling. So you do not need a desktop where you can search, right? So good night, keep working hard. Cheers to learning. That's what we say. Bye bye. Good night.